Just let me fix it. There you go. Okay. Hi guys. Today we're gonna do a yeah. 9-20. Buffalo Bills against the New York Giants. Or no, not New York Giants. New York Jets. I'm the Buffalo Bills, which is surprising.
Or you name it, they've got it. But I do know this. Young quarterbacks in this division, they're going to have to jump their play up. Will Sam Darnold take the next step after a promising rookie season? We'll start to find out right here, right now.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center, it'll be the former Washington State Cougar. At quarterback, it's Luke Falk.
Okay. And
Falk now, a first down throw. That's caught right side by Anderson.
Touchdown.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The play fake, now Falk. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick,
I'm making
and
a video.
Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. It's Falk out of the gun. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Matt Milano coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 1st down, Allen being chased out left. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now, I will present to you. I'm not excited. I'm going to put in Hauschka for a quarterback. I know. Just for one play, though. Just for one play.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
And see how he passes.
Back to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd.
Okay, I'm going to try with my punter. Hauschka. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Josh Allen, I want you back. Then put Hauschka right there, and then yeah. We fixed it. Finally, now we have Josh Allen.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
terrible pass. Hauschka has
off the play fake. Out to his left.
Terrible pass.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Wow. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Allen now looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And Jones gets in for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
No, that's Hauschka.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
That's the Bills.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
No,
somebody to return that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. New York Jets offense returning to the field here. Last week they had a tough one where the Patriots lost it 30-14 to drop to 0-3. And you know, I kind of felt bad for Luke Falk, Charles. Yes, he gets his first NFL start, but it's against the Patriots. And the New York Jets offense, they only had 101 yards in this game.
And that's not a major surprise, even though any NFL team you would expect a minimum of 200 yards. And the reason I say that is, look at how well this Patriots defense has been playing, even dating back to last year's playoffs and Super Bowl. They're giving up almost nothing. And 101 yards, those are the toughest 101 yards the Jets are going to get ever. That's the third lowest total in game and franchise history. Just 6 first downs, 0 of 13 on third down. Patriots defense was dominant in that game. And as you said, a tough way for Luke Falk to break into the NFL as a starting quarterback.
They'll run it with Bell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I just need to do stuff. Hold on. See it all the way. I'm roughing the passer. I need all the way down. Okay, it's already down.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play call? Pressure comes, and the Bills block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And it's a Bills touchdown.
Partners, you well know, every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now on 2nd and 13. Falk throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. to throw on third down. Full. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Another block punt.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Oh, he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position.
Yeah, I know. I know it's face mask.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
There's my kitchen. Oh, that's my living room. Alright. Let's team, Dominic. Okay, yeah.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Come on now, let's go. 49 K's. 46 a month.
Right, I believe Singletary.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, 28 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
And that play was run exactly as it was drawn up. He followed his blockers all the way into the end zone. Good vision by the runner behind terrific blocking.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense filing out there into place as we get a closer look at Luke. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Falk. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flush to his right. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Lee Smith there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, find it.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Matt Milano in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He sets to fire deep, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of That's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's goal. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the line, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
Automatic first down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here I go again.
Push it in with Gore.
Mamma mia, here I go again, though.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There is absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. John Brown there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
I just gotta get close to make a perfect kick.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Luke Falk and company heading back out on the field now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Throwing on first down is Allen, escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So we've reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Here we go, T. Get off the field.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Flushed out right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Bills send the punter in. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Falk. And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there? Yeah, maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it. They got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now Bell. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Throwing on 3rd and long. Falk.
Why? Because I can never have anything that belongs to me. She took my fucking deodorant that I just bought.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Lorenzo Alexander. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Buffalo defense, they get ready as they trot back on the field. Their coordinator has to like what he has seen so far, and you, as a former defensive guy, you have to like what you've seen from this crew.
The way that they're playing this half, whether it was adjustments, changes, or just simply picking up the pace and playing to their potential, it is fun to see when a defense has an offense in check.
They've got him in check so far here.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop it, and they've been able to do that.
And he's gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game.
Sayonara.
Continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. And